Sometimes it is daunting knowing at the onset of a season that you will hear that music on repeat for 8 months. So it's a little abnormal. I mean, it seems obvious to say that you really need to love it.
And there are times where our teammates choose music that we don't love, but we're still stuck listening to it all the time. So it's interesting, and you find yourself singing other people's music as well.
You have to pick something that means something to you. And it's beyond just pretty music. I think that's the first thing you listen for, is something that is beautiful or rich or says what you want it to say. But when it means something to you, then there's depth in the piece of music.
I don't think my musicality and my music knowledge is good enough to really pick, especially a piece for the Olympics. I try to feel the general emotion when I hear the piece, and then we go from there. But it's a very collective collaboration between all of us, between the coach and the choreographer.
Every time someone asks me what I'm skating to that year, I can't wait to let them hear it, and they have to hear the whole thing.
The editing can be tricky sometimes because you're trying to, let's say, stuff a 10-minute piece into 2.5 minutes.
We find sources of inspiration all over the place, from fans to friends to just searching on YouTube.
It's even hard to get out of that mindset. Sometimes I'll just hear a nice piece of music and I just think automatically, that would make a really nice program. And then I start playing around with it and I start like mapping things in my head, because that's how we're like hardwired now.
You're programmed to do that. You just listen in the radio and you're like, oh yeah, twizzle sequence, oh okay.
And I can't even tell you how many times I'll hear a nice piece of music on the radio, and then I'll listen to it, and then I'll start listening to related pieces. I'll go through all the albums of that same artist, then I'll listen to related artists, and then I'm on some like 5-hour deep dark hole of YouTube.
The week of choreography, I always listen to it when I drive. It's about a half-an-hour drive. I always listen to it non-stop blasting. I remember I'm literally like doing my choreography in my car.
The speakers in an arena sometimes lose a lot of the nuances and the details and the layers of the music. So I find, especially with this year's programs, when I put my headphones in, if I'm on a plane or something, I can kind of reconnect with the initial love that I felt when I heard those songs, so it becomes fresh again.
A lot of times you find that inspirational piece, and it doesn't matter how many times you listen to it, you get a new feeling, a new emotion every time.